Pakistani army commandos and terrorists infiltrated 200 meters inside the Indian territory. As Pakistan Army fired mortars, its border action team fired rocket-propelled grenades at an Indian Army and BSF petrol party, martyring 2 soldiers. Worse was in store. They then mutilated our soldiers and went back like cowards. Defence Minister Arun Jaitley has promised a response, but a response clearly needs to be punitive, demonstrative and a deterrent.
Infiltrate, ambush, kill, mutilate. The Pakistan Army have shown its true color yet again, just a day after their chief visited the LOC. 2 Indian soldiers were killed and mutilated on Monday by Pakistan's border action team. Their deceit was executed, aided by covering fire from a Pakistani post. Naib Subedar Paramjeet Singh of the Army and Head Constable Premchand of the BSF were part of a patrolling party that was fired upon with a rocket launcher. The BAT team then crossed 200 meters into Indian territory and mutilated the Indian soldiers. The country and a bereaved family is demanding answers.
अपना वो जान को न्यौछावर किए हैं देश के हित में। ऐसे हमारे फौज को चाहिए कि इसका बदला वो ले।
The government of India strongly condemns, and the whole country has full confidence and faith in our armed forces, which will react appropriately to this inhuman act.
The constantly evolving threat from terrorism is our shared worry. The nations of the world, therefore, need to work as one to disrupt the terrorist networks and their financing and a put to a cross-border movement of terrorists.
So now what? How long before Pakistan is made to feel the pain for this cowardly, unsoldierly act?
सच यह है कि 125 करोड़ की आबादी वाला ये देश मौजूदा भाजपा सरकार से जवाब मांग रहा है। हम पाकिस्तान को 56 इंच का सीना कब दिखाएंगे? हम पाकिस्तान से आंख तरेर कर कब बात कर पाएंगे?
Ceasefire violations, mutilating soldiers, terror attacks on civilians. Pakistan clearly wants to ratchet up the tension to keep it a hot summer. How long before India says thus far and no further? With Gaurav Sawant in Delhi, Shujaul Haq and Manjeet Sehgal in Jammu and Kashmir. Bureau Report, India Today.
Kashmir Valley remains on the edge. Fresh protests were reported from South Kashmir's Pulwama. While college students resorted to pelting stones, a new terror video also made headlines. A brazen terror dare in the valley as terror outfit Hizbul Mujahideen posted a video of armed terrorists patrolling in Shopian, even when the state government has prohibited the usage of social media sites. Take a look.
Brazen terror dare in the valley. Heavily armed terrorists moving with impunity in the orchards of Shopian, ready to unleash terror in the valley. The video posted on Monday is doing rounds on social media at a time when the Jammu and Kashmir government has prohibited usage of social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. And if these terrorists were not enough to heat up the situation in the valley, another bunch of around 6 terrorists attacked a bank vehicle carrying cash in Kulgam district. The onslaught took lives of 5 policemen and 1 bank official. A sign of growing radicalization within the valley could be witnessed. Students of Pulwama Degree College displayed flags of Pakistan and the Islamic State, also waving posters of the slain Hizbul terror commander Burhan Wani. The college goers joined stone pelters and soon clashes broke out between the security forces and them. Police resorted to tear gas shelling on pelters. Following the clashes, shopkeepers lowered their shutters and traffic went off the road. Remember, the situation in the valley has heated up as school-going children and women have picked stones over books and launched a movement against the country. With Ashraf Wani and Shujaul Haq, Bureau Report, India Today.
Congress leader Digvijay Singh has done it again. His post on social media has alleged that the Telangana police is trapping Muslim youth into ISIS modules by posting inflammatory information. He also alleged that the Telangana police has set up a bogus ISIS site which is radicalizing Muslim youths and encouraging them to become ISIS modules. Kicking up a huge storm, Congress's senior leader Digvijay Singh has accused the Telangana police of radicalizing Muslim youth. In a series of tweets, General Secretary of All India Congress Committee Digvijay Singh alleged that the Telangana police has set up a bogus ISIS site which is radicalizing Muslim youths and encouraging them to become ISIS modules. He even questioned if this was authorized by Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao. Digvijay's shocking remarks have evoked sharp response from all quarters, and the first attack came from Telangana's IT Minister K.T. Rama Rao.
This is utterly deplorable. I demand that he take back his words and tender an unconditional apology to the Telangana police.
हम दिग्विजय सिंह का खंडन करते हैं और उन्हें कहते हैं कि ऐसी थटकरा सियासत से आप बाज आ जाइए.
And an embarrassed Congress made all attempts to distance itself from Digvijay Singh.
ये उनका सफाया वो देंगे और उनके पास शायद कुछ सबूत होगा जिसके वजह से उन्होंने ये स्टेटमेंट दिया है.
ये जो कुछ मैंने कहा है मेरे सोर्सेस के आधार पर कहा है और मैं आज भी उस पर दृढ़ हूं.
According to MOS Home, Hansraj Ahir, 75 people have been arrested for alleged links with ISIS, and most of these arrests have taken place in Kerala, Telangana and Karnataka alone. As India fights its battle to stop ISIS from expanding its footprints into India, these comments by Digvijay Singh without any substantial proof only dent the morale of the police forces. The question is, will Rahul Gandhi act against one of his closest aides, or will Digvijay Singh save face and give evidence? Bureau Report, India Today. Red beacons, the most conspicuous symbol of the VIP culture in India, has been banned. Almost most high-profile individuals have accepted this reform. Some are still defiant and trying to hold on to their VVIP status. Although the ban is an affirmative first step, much more needs to be done to eliminate the class divide.
The red beacon, a relic of Raj mentality, banned across the nation from the 1st of May, with very few exceptions, marking the beginning of a new culture in India.
Today is May 1st and red beacons are out. Be it from the Prime Minister down to the lower bureaucracy, nobody is allowed to sport red beacons on their cars. And we're at the past center of Lutyens Zone, the north block that houses the Home Ministry. And here are cars lined one after another, all government vehicles here sporting the Ministry of Home Affairs stickers, and none of them are sporting red beacons.
But VVIP culture is so deeply ingrained in Indians' minds. And India Today's reporters fanned out across the country to see whether the ban is truly being adhered to. Unexpectedly, many self-styled VIPs are finding it hard to part with their dear red beacons.
ये सस्ती लोकप्रियता हासिल करने के लिए प्रधानमंत्री ने ये आदेश निकाला है. लाल बत्ती जिस पर फिजूल खर्चे हो रहे हैं उस पर कोई आदेश उनका नहीं हुआ. ये तो फिजूल खर्च नहीं है, इस पर सरकार का किसी तरह का खर्च नहीं है. इस पर जिस पर फिजूल खर्ची हो रहा है, उनके कारकेट पर फिजूल खर्ची जो हो रहे हैं, उसको रोक लगाना चाहिए.
State government has provided me the red card, so the state government has to take decision. और भारत में कानून आना चाहिए. अगर कोई कानून बनाया है तो कानून का तो हिफाजत करना हमारे कर्तव्य होता है.
The Lal Batti is just one symbol of VIP culture. From exemption from frisking, special traffic restrictions and extensive security cover to exclusive subsidies and quotas, all special privileges enjoyed by VIPs need to be eliminated to create a truly classless India. But it's a long journey to a VIP-free India.
The red beacons may have disappeared from Monday, but is this the end of VVIP culture? We are here to do a reality check right now. We are at a function organized by the state government of Maharashtra to celebrate the Maharashtra Foundation Day. As you can see at this function itself, there is a VIP gate that is made only for the entrance of the VIPs who are invited for this programs, the likes of ministers, the likes of MLAs, MPs, whoever are invited for this special programs have a special gate.
It is an insult to India's democracy where those meant to serve the people have actually rallied together into a privileged class that treads on the Aam Aadmi. And it's high time that VIP culture is completely eliminated. With Anindo, Kamlesh and Indrajit, Bureau Report, India Today.
Days after Supreme Court lawyer accused BJP MP KC Patel of sexual harassment, now the MP has added a new twist to the tale, alleging that he had been blackmailed. The woman meanwhile has claimed a political conspiracy as allegations and counter-allegations run thick and fast. The question is, will the BJP act against its own?
मेरे ऊपर जो आरोप लगा है वो झूठा सत्य से वेगड़ा है।
मेरा शोषण हुआ है, मैं पीड़ित हूँ और मेरे को ही मेंटल टॉर्चर किया जा रहा है।
BJP MP from Valsad, Gujarat versus a senior advocate. Sexual harassment, sting operation, extortion or blackmail. Allegations are quickly flying thick and fast. April 28. A Supreme Court advocate accuses BJP MP KC Patel of rape. Says the MP lured her to his apartment on the pretext of discussing a case and raped her. May 1. Under heat, KC Patel adds a dramatic twist. Claims that he was drugged, blackmailed and filmed in an objectionable position by a gang led by this woman for 5 crore rupees. KC Patel soon found an ally in Delhi Police Chief Mukesh Meena.
पुलिस ने मुकदमा दर्ज किया है और पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रही है और ये नॉर्थ एवेन्यू थाने में मुकदमा दर्ज हुआ है। इसमें ऑनरेबल एमपी ने एक्सटॉर्शन के एलिगेशंस लगाए हैं, उसके तहत मुकदमा दर्ज हुआ है।
As counter allegations gained ground, the advocate too cried blackmail and political conspiracy.
मैंने इसका विरोध भी किया तो उन्होंने मुझे धमकी दी कि अगर तुमने ये बात किसी को बताई तो तुम्हें और तुम्हारे परिवार को जान से मार देंगे। तब मेरे पास उसका सेक्स वीडियो है, तब मैंने उसका सेक्स वीडियो बनाया।
आपने क्यों किया आपने?
मैंने अपने बचाव के लिए किया।
With the police rushing to side with the MP, has the victim already lost her case even before an investigation can begin? Or will the BJP, so vocal on tainted SP Mantri Gayatri Prajapati, finally walk the talk and act against its own? With Ahmed Azim in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.